Hi, this is Sarita Dua of the Ask Sarita team, powered by Place at Keller Williams. And today I want to continue our conversation around inspections and ask the question that I get from a lot of sellers. As a seller, should I inspect my home before I list it? Because I don't like surprises, Sarita, and if I inspect it and I know what the issues are and I resolve them, I'm going to have a great and smooth transaction. And my answer is yes, slash asterisk, slash not necessarily. There's pros and cons for doing that. If you're the type of person who does not like any ambiguity at all and you absolutely need to know because just the thought of not knowing is going to tear you up, then of course you should inspect the home. It's your choice. You pay for it. You have a good baseline of what the home entails and what you're looking at and what things might cost, and it might mentally prepare you. There's a couple reasons that I would suggest potentially not doing it though, and hear me out. And again, the answer is always going to be what's right for you. Number one, if you choose to inspect the home, you then are open to knowing every defect that you ever wanted to know about or not. And then if you choose not to address them because A, they're too expensive, or B, there's something that you maybe can't change, you're on the hook to disclose them because the seller has to disclose everything they know. I'm not saying put your head in the sand and ignore things that are obvious issues. What I'm saying though is if you get an inspection that's 87 pages for your home and you choose not to address everything, now you know about it and you need to make sure the buyer knows about it. Second, if you're in a situation where you've got a buyer who really loves the home, maybe you do have a situation where you have multiple buyers love the home, they may actually waive repairs or only ask for major repairs, so your burden for what you actually need to do could be lower when you're in a transaction than you would have prior to, in the pre-listing period. So depending on the property, you may just end up, choosing to deal with it as we're in the transaction so that we can make the buyer happy. Every buyer has different hot buttons. You might have picked the 5 things that you thought were important, and they have something that's more important for them, and you're still going to have to do it if the buyer requests it, right? Third, if you say, hi, my name is Mr. or Ms. Seller, and I inspected the home, and here's the report, there's still something to be said about that buyer not trusting the seller because, of course, the seller might have paid someone to be easy on them when they inspected the property. They're still going to choose to spend $500 to $1,000 on an array of inspections, and they're going to find things wrong. And guess what? If you hire a human to find things wrong, different humans are going to find different things. So it sometimes gives a false sense of security that you thought you found everything, and now the buyer's choosing their own inspector, and they're going to have a different set of issues. So should you pre-inspect? The answer is, of course, it's up to you. I did want to point out, though, a few reasons why it might make sense to do the due diligence during the inspection period with an advisor like myself who has resources and contractors and connections so that when things come up, because they will come up, when things up, we have a game plan to address them to the buyer and your satisfaction as a seller. So if you have any questions at all about inspections or anything else, ask Sarita.com. We're here to help. Thanks.